What if I told you that somewhere in the world right now, a robot is helping a surgeon perform an operation with extraordinary precision, delivering medicine through hospital corridors, monitoring patients, disinfecting rooms, or even assisting doctors in diagnosing diseases? Not a doctor, not a nurse, not a human assistant, a robot. For most of human history, medicine depended entirely on human hands. Every diagnosis, every surgery, every treatment, every hospital task was performed by people. Doctors relied on experience, nurses relied on skill, and patients relied on the dedication of healthcare professionals. But hospitals have always faced challenges. Too many patients, too little time, complex procedures, long working hours, and an ever-growing demand for healthcare services. As medical science advanced, a question began to emerge. Could machines help? Could technology assist doctors and nurses? Could robots improve healthcare? For many years, the answer seemed uncertain.
Robots belonged in factories, on assembly lines, in science fiction movies, not inside hospitals, not around patients, not in operating rooms. Yet today, that reality has changed. Robots are becoming an increasingly important part of modern healthcare. They are helping doctors, supporting nurses, improving patient care, and transforming hospitals in ways that would have seemed impossible only a few decades ago. Which raises a fascinating question. How exactly are robots used in hospitals? And how might they change the future of medicine? To answer that question, we first need to understand something important. When most people imagine a medical robot, they picture a human-shaped machine walking through a hospital, perhaps speaking with patients, carrying equipment, or performing surgery. But in reality, hospital robots come in many forms. Some look nothing like humans. Some are large, some are small. Some move through hallways. Others remain stationary. Each is designed for a specific purpose. And together, they are creating a new era of healthcare.
Perhaps the most famous medical robots are surgical robots. The idea sounds almost unbelievable. A robot assisting in surgery? After all, surgery is one of the most delicate tasks in medicine. Tiny mistakes can have enormous consequences. For generations, surgeons relied entirely on their own hands, their own vision, their own experience. Yet even the most skilled human hand has limitations. Hands can tremble. Muscles become tired. Visibility can be restricted. Certain areas of the human body are difficult to reach. This is where surgical robots offer remarkable advantages. Contrary to what many people believe, these robots do not usually perform operations independently. Instead, they act as highly advanced tools controlled by surgeons. Imagine a surgeon sitting at a specialized console, using precise hand controls. Every movement is translated into robotic movements, but with extraordinary precision. A motion of a few centimeters by the surgeon can become a tiny movement measured in millimeters inside the patient's body.
The robot does not replace the surgeon. It enhances the surgeon's abilities. Many robotic systems can also filter out natural hand tremors, providing a level of stability that is difficult to achieve through human hands alone. The result can be smaller incisions, less blood loss, reduced pain, shorter recovery times, and greater surgical accuracy. For patients, this often means returning home sooner, returning to normal life sooner, and experiencing fewer complications. But surgery is only one part of the story, because hospitals are enormous ecosystems. Every day,
thousands of tasks must be completed. Medicines must be delivered. Laboratory samples must be transported. Supplies must be distributed. Equipment must reach the right departments. Traditionally, many of these responsibilities require hospital staff to spend valuable time moving between locations, time that could otherwise be spent caring for patients. This is where autonomous hospital robots enter the picture. Imagine a robot moving quietly through hospital corridors, navigating elevators, avoiding people, avoiding obstacles, carrying medications, laboratory samples, medical equipment, and supplies without constant human supervision. These robots function almost like autonomous delivery vehicles, using sensors, cameras, artificial intelligence, and mapping systems. They understand the hospital environment. They know where they are. They know where they need to go. And they can travel independently. For healthcare workers, this automation can reduce workload, improve efficiency, and allow staff to focus on more important responsibilities. Then there is another challenge hospitals face every day: infection control. Hospitals save lives, but they also contain dangerous pathogens, viruses, bacteria, and other microorganisms. Keeping hospital environments clean is absolutely critical. Even a small outbreak can endanger patients, particularly those with weakened immune systems. For decades, cleaning and disinfection relied entirely on human workers. And while those efforts remain essential, robots are now providing additional support. Some hospitals use disinfection robots equipped with ultraviolet light. These machines move through rooms, emitting powerful UVC radiation capable of destroying many harmful microorganisms. Patient rooms, operating rooms, hallways, emergency departments, all can be disinfected using robotic systems. Unlike humans, robots can repeat the same process consistently, again and again, without fatigue, without distraction, and with remarkable precision. The goal is simple: reduce infection risks, protect patients, and create safer healthcare environments. Yet, perhaps one of the most fascinating developments involves patient care itself, because modern robots are increasingly capable of interacting directly with people. Imagine a patient recovering in a hospital room. A robot enters, displays information, answers basic questions, provides reminders about medication, connects patients with healthcare providers, or helps them communicate with family members. In some hospitals, robots are already performing tasks like these, particularly in situations where reducing physical contact may be beneficial. For example, during infectious disease outbreaks, robots can help deliver supplies, conduct basic interactions, and reduce unnecessary exposure for healthcare workers. But what makes this even more interesting is the growing role of artificial intelligence. Because robots are becoming more than machines that simply follow instructions. They are becoming systems capable of understanding information, recognizing patterns, and assisting with decision-making. Consider medical imaging. Every day, radiologists analyze enormous numbers of medical scans, X-rays, CT scans, MRI images, ultrasound examinations. The volume of data can be overwhelming. Yet AI-powered systems can assist by identifying patterns that might indicate disease, potential tumors, lung abnormalities, bone fractures, signs of stroke, or other medical conditions. The final diagnosis remains the responsibility of medical professionals, but AI can act as an additional set of eyes, helping doctors detect potential problems more quickly, and in some cases, more accurately. This combination of AI and robotics may become one of the most important developments in healthcare, because medicine increasingly generates enormous amounts of information: patient records, laboratory results, imaging data, genetic information, monitoring systems. Analyzing all of this data efficiently is a major challenge. Advanced robotic systems may help healthcare professionals manage that complexity. Another remarkable application involves rehabilitation. Imagine a patient recovering after a stroke, learning to walk again, learning to move an arm again, rebuilding strength and coordination. The rehabilitation process can be long, difficult, and physically demanding. Robotic rehabilitation devices are helping many patients through this journey. Some systems support walking exercises, others assist arm movements, others provide resistance training. By guiding movement precisely, these robots help patients perform exercises safely and consistently. And because recovery often depends on repetition, robotic assistance can be incredibly valuable. For many patients, these technologies represent hope for greater mobility, greater independence, and improved quality of life. Hospitals are also exploring the use of telepresence robots. Imagine a specialist located hundreds of kilometers away. Instead of traveling physically, they connect to a mobile robotic system inside the hospital. Through cameras, microphones, displays, and communication technology, the specialist can interact with staff, observe patients, and participate in consultations remotely. This capability becomes especially important in rural regions, remote communities, or areas where medical specialists may be limited. Technology can help bridge geographical barriers, bringing expertise to places where it is needed most. And then there is perhaps the most ambitious vision of all, the future hospital. A hospital where intelligent systems work alongside doctors and nurses continuously, monitoring patient conditions, managing logistics, assisting with diagnosis, supporting treatment, and helping healthcare professionals provide better care. Not replacing humans, supporting them. Because despite all the advances in robotics, medicine remains deeply human. Patients need compassion, empathy, understanding, trust. These are qualities machines cannot truly replicate. A robot may assist a surgeon, but it cannot comfort a frightened patient like a compassionate doctor can. A robot may deliver medication, but it cannot fully understand human emotions. A robot may process data, but it cannot replace human judgment in complex ethical decisions. For this reason, most experts believe the future of healthcare is not about robots replacing medical professionals. It is about collaboration, humans and machines working together, each contributing their strengths, robots providing precision, consistency, speed, and data analysis. Humans providing empathy, creativity, ethical reasoning, and personal connection. Together, they may create healthcare systems that are safer, more efficient, more accessible, and more effective than ever before. Yet challenges remain. Robotic systems can be expensive. Hospitals must invest in training, maintenance, infrastructure, and cybersecurity. Questions about privacy, data protection, and medical responsibility must also be addressed. Technology alone is never enough. It must be implemented thoughtfully, responsibly, and safely. Nevertheless, the direction is clear. Robotics is becoming an increasingly important part of modern medicine. Every year, the technology becomes more capable, more affordable, more intelligent, and more widely available. The hospital of tomorrow may look very different from the hospital of today. Autonomous assistants moving through hallways, AI systems supporting diagnoses, advanced surgical robots enabling unprecedented precision, rehabilitation devices helping patients recover faster, and intelligent technologies working quietly in the background to improve healthcare outcomes. Because throughout history, medicine has always evolved through innovation. The stethoscope transformed diagnosis, X-rays transformed medical imaging, Antibiotics transformed treatment. Computers transformed healthcare information. And now, robots may represent the next great transformation. A technology not designed to replace doctors, but to empower them. Not designed to replace nurses, but to support them. Not designed to replace human care, but to enhance it. Because in the end, the true purpose of medical robotics is not building smarter machines. It is helping people live healthier lives, helping doctors save more patients, helping hospitals operate more effectively, and helping humanity overcome some of its greatest healthcare challenges. The age of robotic medicine is no longer a distant dream. It is already happening. Inside hospitals, inside operating rooms, inside rehabilitation centers, and inside research laboratories around the world. The future of healthcare is being built today, one innovation at a time, one patient at a time, and one remarkable robot at a time.